How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 for PC and Mac only, called Backroads County 4X. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: a true countryside farming adventure. Welcome to Backroad County 4X, a fictional North American-inspired map that captures the charm and character of life of the off the beaten path. Influenced by both American and Canadian rural landscape, this 4X map offers a mix of rolling hills, rugged terrain, and classic country roads built with immersive farming. Whether you are a solo player looking for room to grow or a multiplayer crew ready to divide and conquer, Backroads County is designed to support your next big farming operation. A large, fully equipped starter farm is available to jumpstart your journey, complete with spacious barns, essential machinery, and room to expand. Additional farmland options provide plenty of opportunity to establish your own custom farm. With enhanced train capabilities, a custom loading ramp system, and multiple specialized sell points, logistics and production flow smoothly. The layout is designed to make Backroad County a functional and as it is beautiful. Key features: 84 uniquely shaped fields across 142 farmlands, one large starter farm with equipment and expansive space, custom train loading ramp, and added train cars for increased hauling capacity. Case IH dealership and repair shop, Johnson & Sons flour mill for production, Grain West silo with rail support, general store sell-all point and farmers market style diversity, sawmill for wood production, lime station and 2 fuel stations for optional support, dedicated animal dealer for livestock needs, wide variety of field sizes to suit all playstyles, designed to invoke the feel of real country back roads. Whether you're exploring solo or managing a large team, Backroads County 4X invites you to build, grow, and thrive in the heart of the fictional rural North America. This is a North American style map. This is created by FSG Modding FSG Tasman and is 621.26 megabytes to download. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out over by the north-ish western portion of the map at the actual shop area right over here. And we start out by owning farmlands number, if we scroll over here, numbers 62, 103, and 143. 62 is your main starting farm. 103 is a barley field that is ready to harvest, and 143 is a wheat field that is ready to harvest. Field prices around the map do vary, but we do get some pretty good ranges. Now, because this is a 4X map, the kind of size scaling is a little bit funky, especially for somebody like me who's coming over from console. But looking at some of these smaller ones, this small one is $88,740, but it's also almost 9 acres large. So it's bigger than what the kind of square would indicate. 41,000. We've got this one here for 106, this one here for 163, 399, 278, 257, 259, 568, 460 or 476. Let's go with some of the bigger ones over here. 651, really big one here for 1.1 million. We got 960, 900, and 969. So you got a good range of the sizes of fields. We do have a grass field here for 68,000, another one over here for 115, another one here for 106, and some forestry all throughout the map. 282,000. This one's 477. We got one here for 482, 327, 93. So you get a very good wide range of styles and shapes and sizes of your maps. And even down here, the forestry bits down here, 18,000. I mean, that's next to nothing. That's very easily doable for somebody who's just starting out. Now, we do have a animal pen, or we do have a cow barn available to us for animals. We do have contracts available. There are no owned productions, and there are no productions that you can expand into. And then over here, there are no collectibles to be seen on this map. And then if we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting with the build menu, there is no mods and DLCs tab, so no mods specific to this map here. And then if we take a look under the build menu, we are here starting under buildings and sheds. If we scroll all the way down, you're looking for specifically one that is tagged with the map name, but there is nothing here under this. You can see there are mods required for this map, but not mods that are made specifically for this map. Now, that was something I did mention earlier. There are mods required for this map, even though it doesn't show them in the description page. Just wanted to point that out. As you can see, we do require things like the open shed pack, as well as the small machines and bale sheds. We also have the steel shed here as well. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. There are mods required for this map, but for some reason, I don't remember these being part of the required mods. No, I think this is... Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm... second guessing myself. Anyways, no mods specific to this map under the silos, silo extensions, constructibles, containers, tools, or farmhouses. There's absolutely nothing under the buildings tab. There's also nothing under productions, animals, decorations, or sculpting. As a matter of fact, if you look under a painting, normally you have a few additional swatches or something like that if you don't have a lot of other mods that are specific to the map. But this one's actually got a limited amount of painting swatches. As you can see, we only have 5. Normally, I think minimum is like 10 for most standard maps. So this one's actually reduced it by quite a bit. So we start up here at the shop area. So if I run over here, we do have our shop trigger right here. And while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a vehicle to kind of run around in. Which you'll see spawns right over here. And our repair trigger is right here. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Pan out and take off. So first things first, we're going to make a right. And then we're going to follow this all the way to the north here. Now, as we do get into some areas on this map where the distance traveled is going to be quite great in between points of interest, there are going to be times where I'm going to fast forward the video in order to kind of speed through some of the kind of more desolate areas on this map. So coming around this area over here, we do have a rent train trigger right there, as well as the Johnson & Sons flour mill. This is a sell point. This is not part of a production or anything like that. And this is really cool. This ramp system right here for you to be able to load into the trains. So when you call the train over here, you're able to load with a trailer into it. You don't need a train transfer silo. There is one later on in the map, but if you're over here, you can just load directly into it with a trailer. I thought that was pretty cool. And now, whoa, hey there, car. Sorry. All right, so now we go across the tracks here. And coming up here on the left is going to be our main starting farm. So we're going to go right over here. And we'll come to a stop and take a look at all of our starting equipment. We go into this tab and scroll into vehicles. We start out with the Albut pallet fork, the Braid LK105 fertilizer and lime spreader, the Branther TR340902 PT Plus, that is a trailer, the Case 3050 Terraflex 28-foot header, the Case Axoflow 7150 harvester, the Case Magnum 400 power drive, the Case Puma 260 CVX drive, the Case Round Bale 456 HD Pro baler. That actually we were supposed to lease, but we didn't. I accidentally bought it. The International Transstar 2 semi-truck, the Cokerling Ultima 800 seater. We got the Load King Distinction triple hopper trailer for our semi-truck. We have a Massey Ferguson 9S425 tractor, we have the Quickie Q6M, the Silo King Trailed Line 4.0 System 1000 Plus. That's our forage mixer, and that is it. So let's go ahead and take a look what's here at our starting farm. Over here we have our wardrobe trigger, and over here, sleep trigger. Now over here, we have a fuel tank. Continuing around, we have a Karma 16 silo. That's the seed and mineral feed silo. And over here we have a solid fertilizer silo. Both of these have products in it. 27,300 liters of seeds, 60,000 liters of solid fertilizer. So you got a good start right there. Directly in front of me is the bale and pallet storage. Right over here, room for 250. And this is our cow barn. So inside here, we have room for 267 cows. We have 50 of them to start. We can dump feed here. I'll jump over here. Milk can be gotten out there. Slurry here. We can load our animals in right here. And then over here, we can also load in both our feed and our straw. And now we're going to go run back to the truck because that's everything over here. And then coming up here, I'm going to head down to the southern portion of our main farm, and that's where we're going to exit out of. Make a right. And now this is where I said I was going to go ahead and cut us out, so I will kind of fast forward from here and get to our next point of interest, because that's a little ways from here. All right, so coming in here, you can see that we have this building here, but it is just decorative. Not intended to be actually utilized for anything. Now starting over here, around back, we have the general store sell all sell point right here. And then on the other side of the street, we have our gas station. Whoa, hello car. Was not expecting him to do that. So yeah, gas station right there in front of me. Continuing to head east. Now here we'll make a right. Oops. Oh. Not too hard on the wheel. Alright, now coming up here, we're going to cross over the train tracks right there. Make a right. And then follow this little side road to this. This is the grain silo west train silo. So you've got your unload and load points for your trailer and your unload into your train right there. Rent train trigger to my left. Continue to follow this around. Lime station, little buy point right there to my right. Now running back here, we have our slurry buy point right here, manure buy point right next to it. Right here in front of me is the animal dealer sell point. And now in front of me is the animal dealer itself. Now you can come up to here and purchase animals using this icon right here, and you'll be able to then have your animals delivered from this location to any of your pens and pastures you have listed around the map. But if you use this icon directly, or any of the icons that are at your pens and pastures, just like this one, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealers, like I said, taking the animals from here and moving them for you at your expense. Now, if you buy an adult cow, you are going to pay an extra $100 per adult cow on top of the base price that is down on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. So an adult cow will cost you $1,275 to purchase each time you have them deliver the animal yourself. Now you can save that money by bringing an animal trailer, parking it inside this little hazard marked area, and then using this animal dialog box here. You'll then be able to load directly into the animal trailer, and you'll be able to deliver the animals yourself, saving you that $100. So it adds up pretty quickly. 217 cows, if I were to buy them right here, right now, would cost an extra $21,700. So adds up pretty quickly. Now we'll leave this area. Cross over the tracks again. Cars. Continue to head out in this direction. Now coming up, you start to see just over this little berm right here, directly in front of me, is the sawmill. This is a sell point, not a production point. Wood cell trigger right there. And now we're going to go check out our last point of interest, but again, going to cut us ahead really quick so that way we can get there, because this one is quite a distance. Alright, now coming up here on my right is another gas station. And that's it. That is everything here for Backroads County 4X. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I really like this map. I really do. This is one of the better examples of the KISS method, the keep it simple stupid. And I like it. I think that this is brilliant. There's no productions on this map whatsoever. There's just sell points and only a couple of those, and the rest of it is just focused on like the topography, the trees, the grass, the rocks, the stones, the boulders, the undulations, the color palette. Everything is really focused heavily on the essentials, and I like that. I think that this does a very good job at showing that even if you don't have a lot of things going on a map, that kind of minimalistic approach can still work. There's enough trees along the roadsides and all that stuff that make it to where it's kind of capturing the gaze on your point of view, so you're not having to sit there and look deep into like the distance or anything like that, and you're going to have to notice the kind of the generation circle that encompasses your character or your vehicle while you're driving around, like I am here. Like if you look out, you'll see that kind of shift that I'm talking about, where some of the crops are in the background there being rendered, the rest of them's kind of goldenish blob kind of thing. You can see it just generating the grass there in the distance as well. So like there's going to be plenty of opportunity for you not to have to notice that stuff, because there's going to be trees, there's going to be hills, there's going to be all sorts of stuff that's going to be able to block your line of sight. And like I said, it's simple. Like this map, I'm originally from Michigan, and I used to frequent the Upper Peninsula of Michigan all the time. This map really reminds me of that, where there's big long stretches of nothing, and then all of a sudden something, something will pop up in the distance, and there you go, there's the next town, kind of thing. And it feels like you can be driving around forever until finally you're just like, boom, there's the thing. So I don't know, just something about this kind of reminds me of my old stomping grounds, and I like it. I really appreciate this map. So what would I give this map? 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I would give this probably around a 3.5, really approaching a 4. I might even, I might say, no, I will say a 4. I'll give this a 4. I think it's just nice. It's very, just basic, down to earth kind of a style of map. And even in these kind of areas here, you do get these kind of wide open areas where you can see that generation field that's around the player. So yeah, it is out there, but there's enough of a breakup from this general area to where you're able to just enjoy the map itself. So like I said, a 4 out of 5. I like this map. I think this is really nice. And again, a very good example of just go with something simple. It doesn't have to be overly complicated or anything like that. The kind of buy points and sell points areas are, kind of nicely decorated. There's a little bit of things going on, but it's not overly crowded or anything like that. It doesn't have to be. So I like it. I think this is a good example of a good map that's just simple, just relies on the beauty of the game. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy doing. The shows you're enjoying this channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.